So Laxman, the two exciting games, yesterday one and today one also. So first, let's talk about yesterday's game. Tell us what happened in that game.
I'm representing Integral Coach Factory. I've come for this tournament to improve my rating and do well. And actually, probably in the fifth round, I seem to have messed it up. Uh, I thought I had a winning position. I was doing well. Suddenly, I was overwhelmed by this knight f5 move. When he played knight f5, I was shocked actually. Actually, he was doing well after knight f5. I shouldn't have played rook c1 in the opening. I should have played d6. Then I was much better, I think. And after rook c1, it was very difficult for me to comprehend what is going on in the position. It's difficult to make a judgment based on the requirements of the position, because it was too complicated, wild game, crazy game. And then I played d6. That was the decisive error, and I offered tenacious resistance after that, but it was pointless, because already by the move d6 I had already messed up everything. I couldn't even come back again into the game. He just played cd6 and queen d5 check and king g7, queen e7. After that, queen e7, rook up d1, queen e7, and I took on d6. He took on e2, and my analysis finished after rook e1. But then he played queen into b5, and strangely enough, I was a piece down in that position, but I thought I will be able to deliver a checkmate, because rook c7 check was coming, rook e7 was coming, queen was about to deliver mate. But I can't comprehend how this queen b5 is saving all the checkmates, mainly because his main threat is queen b6 check to exchange the queens.
Right.
And with that particular threat, he was luring my piece. I was not able to penetrate, because always my king was badly placed on g1. Had it been on h1, it would have been a totally different story. That queen b6 queen exchange check is not coming. In many variations, I am not able to penetrate his king side and deliver checkmate. And the worst part of it is, other than queen b6 check, the pawn on a7 saves him. And somehow, in all variations, I seem to have been unlucky, because this queen b6 check is coming. And somehow I wanted to play h4, then bishop f5 will come. My king safety is the main priority,
Right.
which is lacking. And somehow queen b6 check came, bishop f5 came, queen f6 came. I just judge the position based on the fact that I'm attacking. It's not enough actually. You should also see the defense of your opponent. And there are some dynamic requirements of the position which I fail to understand.
Okay, before I come to today's crazy endgame again, I just want you to ask a question. That you are one of the most senior players of India right now, playing currently active, but there have been some times that you have faced losses like this with ratings, with player ratings like 500 gap or 600 or maybe more. So, but you don't seem to, you come out laughing or smiling with the same thing. Like, how do you do this?
Actually, it's just one word I need to explain: experience. Only inexperienced players seem to break down after loss. You see Gary Kasparov, if he loses a game, his next round opponent is very unlucky, because Gary Kasparov will show all his anger on his next round opponent.
Right.
So I want to follow his footsteps, but the thing is, this will come only through experience. It will not come through just like that. It will not come. There are many tournaments in which you can, if you fail in one tournament, there's always another. A lot of tournaments coming consecutively, and it's not a problem losing one game. You should not continuously lose. Losing one game like that is okay. Like yesterday, it's a learning experience. Yesterday it was just a great learning experience. You should take every loss as a learning experience. Somehow it seems to affect the next game, but somehow if I win the next two rounds, I come back into the reckoning and seem to do well.
Yeah,
Still, after a loss yesterday, I was on 3 out of 5. Now I am 5 out of 7.
right?
Not bad.
Yes.
Recovered after two consecutive wins.
Right.
And even my today's opponent was putting tenacious resistance, and I was
I'm going to talk a little. So,
it was a very difficult game today morning also, and I personally feel the level of chess has improved after COVID. I mean, after the outbreak of COVID.
Right.
After the outbreak of COVID into this world, people are sitting nowhere else to go, sitting at home and practicing chess day in and day out.
right.
So the outbreak of COVID has actually improved the level of chess. It has not improved the level of any other game,
Yes.
any other indoor game, but it has definitely improved the level of chess. And to beat even a 1600 player, it requires a human effort. You have to play like 4-5 hours continuously with. You should not lose your hope,
Right.
especially after a loss. You have to be very careful. Another loss can shake the tournament, destroy the tournament. So you have to be very careful.
Very
You
wisely
should,
said. Yes.
So before COVID outbreak, the situation was different. I found that level of chess was not that much. Now a lot of GM tournaments are coming each and every time. Youngsters are getting the opportunity to practice.
Right.
It's very easy to play with a grandmaster for youngsters, and practice is always there. Lack of practice is never the any reason. So everyone is practicing. Everyone is preparing chess seriously, and you have to play for 5 hours to beat even a 1700 or 1600 player in India.
Right. The level of chess has increased like anything, right?
By leaps and bounds it has increased, unbelievable extent, and it is always better to face a higher rated player, because anyway the difference in player strength is not much in this tournament.
Right.
Be it the players who compete in the top boards, or those who compete in the middle boards. Level of players' strength is not much as it was just a couple of years earlier, and now it is always better to play higher rated, so at least your rating is safe, and if you win you're getting a lot of rating.
Right.
It's not good to play against lower rated, because you're always under pressure.
So does that pressure still affect you when you're facing a lower rated like
Definitely,
yesterday?
it affects everyone. Everyone prefers to play at least an equal rated player or a higher rated player than himself.
Okay.
The pressure is not much. You stand nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. There's always anything to gain. Lower rated, if you beat also, you're getting very little rating gain. And if you lose, that is enough to shatter the tournament.
Right, agreed with you. So let's come to today's game that you played right currently, and you were discussing with Brishti for like 10 minutes. Like it was a deep analysis that you were doing. So tell us about what happened in the end game and how the game, she is a bright youngster and she is also playing well. So what do you think how the game went?
The game started in this Dutch defense. A strange kind of Dutch defense. I was able to get a very minute advantage in the opening. I wasn't sure if the advantage existed at all. It was so minute and minuscule. So, the way I had to play for 4 hours, 5 hours, sometimes I lost the advantage. I lost the thread of the game, and at many times it was equal. And Brishti had to play one more A5. I was pretty scared of that move, and because after A5 black has equal chances and the game will fizzle out into a draw very easily. I don't know how to break through, and she didn't play that important move A5, preventing my queenside expansion B4 and A4 A5. Instead she retorted by playing rook F8, and that is one mistake. And one more mistake is she committed the D and D4 at the wrong moment, when my pieces are about to spring into action. And I made the right decision as far as I know, to take bishop. When she took D and D4, I played bishop G2 and bishop in D4. Maybe if I had taken knight in D4, I wouldn't have won, because the double bishop endgame with all the rooks exchanged doesn't promise white anything special after bishop F6. And and I don't know how to achieve the breakthrough. So I just thought she was in time pressure. Let me give the bishop and maintain my knight, so that the knight, if you maintain, they have a lot of outposts in the board, c5, e5. It is enough to scare the opponent, especially when she was in time pressure. And after knight c5, bishop c5, b c5, and b7 pawn was crippled, and backward pawn. So I thought I could utilize that b7 pawn to the best of my advantage, which worked out very well. And I still don't know how to counter that a5 move, and what if she didn't capture d into e4. I have to analyze the game after going home.
Okay. Nevertheless, it was a great game to watch, and it is always good to see you in action. We wish you all the very best, and please keep on playing more tournaments.
Thank you.